Take me out to the ball game. All right. What was I reflecting on? One of the premises of Stan Weinstein, he calls it the forest to trees approach. And when he was down selecting which stock to go, which one was A++, and he'd want to take the best stock out of the best sector, out of the best index. And he knew that he'd add the weight of evidence. He added the chances on his side of having a successful breakout, a sustained high profit in least amount of time. Because a weaker stock in strong sector will have, the sector will, it could suck it up. So even the underperformers in the strong sector will still look better than the underperformers in a weak sector. All the money flowing into that type of sector, some might overspill. So even if you choose one of the weaker stocks in that sector, you're going to get sucked up. And same thing with the index. The sectors that belong to an index that has the money flowing in, they're going to get sucked up. So those are things to consider. And applying that to the precious metals world. Then some people, they like gold miners. Some people like the juniors. Some people like silver juniors, or the commodity themselves, silver or gold. And then if you want some clarity on if ever there's a bull run and there's actually everything's going up into the precious metal sectors, which one's going to give you the best bang for your buck in the least amount of time, right? Time is money. You don't want your NAV locked up into some trades that take 10, 20 years to get that 15% gain. You really want to be on the good side of a breakout when the momentum builds up, and you're going to break out. So here, enter the Mansfield Relative Strength Indicator. The Mansfield Relative Strength Indicator, Stan uses it in his books. You could find how it's actually calculated on stageanalysis.net. A very nice calculation, how this works out. Essentially, you could compare it to any instrument. Usually, if it's buying stocks, you want to compare it to the SPX. You always want to outperform the SPX. But you could do it for anything. So for the silver world, we could even compare. We could even start the SPX, right? Why would you want to go long silver if the SPX is outperforming you? So pop up the weekly. This is what I call my Stan Weinstein setup. My 30-week simple moving average. My Ichimoku cloud, which is something I picked up from stageanalysis.net, just adds that little extra bit of weight of evidence. If you're below a red cloud going down, that's resistance, overhead resistance. So yes, you have that 30-week moving average telling you the trend, but you know that you also have that resistance, visual resistance on top. When you go sideways for a prolonged period of time, it thins out, and then it could go either way. Because now, since all those sellers, all those bag holders, they gave up, they sold here. Now you don't have any overhead resistance, and it's easier to have breakouts, meaningful breakouts. Volume, Stan wanted twice the average volume of the previous 4 weeks to make sure you really got the momentum on your side. And Mansfield Relative Strength. So here's pretty cool, this one. Green highlight, so it adds a bunch of this weight of evidence that Stan was looking for. Inclining 30-week moving average. Above an inclining 30-week moving average, and outperforming the ticker that you put here at SPX, it turns green. So right here, above the zero line, you're outperforming the SPX, and if it's green, that means you're above an inclining 30-week average. Those are clues that Stan looked at to really confirm what an uptrend was. And usually when it crosses over the zero line, it's very bullish. And if you could accompany that with increasing volume on that breakout, here, and some volume here, and some more volume here, that's a very good sign. And when you have contracting volume on the pullbacks, that's another super duper healthy sign. And you're closing in, Stan called that the continuation breakout, closing on 30-week average, and after that, you get another chance to enter on that explosion right there on increasing volume once you get out of there. So right now we're outperforming the SPX. Silver has had its moments, and so since July, you'd be better in silver than in the SPX. Give you more bang for your buck. All right, Pat. What about gold? I'm a gold guy. I don't care about silver. I don't know. Well, silver actually has started to outperform gold since August. So yeah, gold broke out first, but after that, as soon as you start getting outperformed by silver, you're actually getting more money for your buck being in silver right now. And you could see that in the gold to silver ratio starting to unwind, going down. You see that here, and that should pronounce more and more. Even here in the 2016 precious metals run, look at that. Why would you hold gold when silver is just going to outperform gold? So right now, for me, silver is the better instrument in a gold in a precious metals run. What else? Who's else on those? The miners. Yeah, miners. A lot of people talking miners. Look, they've been underperforming gold, silver forever. So even people say silver, nothing has been happening. All the time here, you're below the zero line, underperforming. Even here, if you're outperforming silver, you probably would not even be in silver right now because you're outperforming silver in a downtrend. You can't even go long. The miners right here, you can't go long. Probably silver right here either. It really did not happen often that the miners outperformed silver. They did for some part right here in 2010. The miners, no, silver was outperforming the miners right here for a long period of time. So even in that crazy bull run right here in 2009, 10, there wasn't much reasons to go in the miners, guys. So today, miners, I have no idea why you would want to be there unless you're emotionally attached. Silver futures is the way to go right here. The juniors, probably even worse. Underperforming silver. You could even do, if you want to do a fight, who's the weakest of the week. The miners outperforming juniors. This is logical. This is what you want to see at the beginning. Eventually, probably the juniors, maybe they're going to outperform the seniors. And I'm not even sure how many times did you see on a few occasions. No, that's JDX underperforming GDXJ. Sometimes they were underperforming the juniors, but most of the time they were, let me scroll back. I don't have much data before here. Most of the time here, they're outperforming above zero line. All right, who's going to dethrone silver, guys? Let's pop up back the silver chart. Who is a better investment in a precious metals gold bull run? What about silver miners? Can the silver miners outperform? So right here, silver was outperforming the miners. The miners, in 2016, the silver miners were doing a lot better than silver itself. So that's very interesting. So the silver miners actually had a lot of steam back in 2016. And right now we're pretty flat. Silver barely outperforming the miners, the SIL. So that could be very interesting to know if a swap could be made. Instead of silver going long, silver futures going long SIL. And before I do, let me see. Let's pop up SIL. This is very interesting. And SIL versus SIL is the same. But let's say about SIL versus the SIL juniors, no? SILJ. SIL, yeah. So the junior silver miners. So the junior miners actually outperforming right now SIL. And right here, the junior, wow, look at that. The junior miners outperforming SIL. So the chart must be just insane for those two bull runs. Wow, look at that. Even more gains. That is very, very, very interesting. And I could flip-flop all over the place. So now I'm going to compare the juniors to silver. And look at that. Wow. So 2016, you'd better be in SILJ, guys. More money for your buck. Look at that crazy, crazy run. And right now, not underperforming that much. Pretty stable. And right now, barely on the zero line. Not underperforming, not outperforming silver. What else is pretty good here? Oh, look at that increase in volume. Look at that on the way up. See that increase in volume on the way up? That's what you want to see. And a lot of interest right here. Lots of green volumes. Contracting volume, even higher than before. Contracting volume on the pullback. Out of the Ichimoku cloud, close to the 30-week moving average. This is looking very, very good for silver juniors, guys. I don't have data. Ah, man. This just doesn't... I have no junior miners data for the previous bull run 2011. Maybe I'll have to dig that out. So using the stage in the Mansfield relative strength, one of Stan Weinstein's tenet components in his framework, adding the whole weight of evidence, you could fast, instead of getting stuck in one instrument, choose the best instrument within the instruments are available. Don't hesitate, pop in there, settings, compare it to a sector, choose the best of the best. And right now, from what we've seen, the junior miners are the way to go in a precious bull market run. They'll get a lot more bang for your buck. We could even do... add this chart. Let me convert that to candles. Candles, candles, candles. All right. So let's see the move right here. When we started going to a stage 2, so above an inclining 30-week average. Okay, this was the crazy run. Let me get the background. So 249%. And for that same period of time, if you would have decided to stay in nice. Yeah, a little lower. Eesh. Okay, so it peaked. I'll be generous. 30% increase in silver. 249% increase in silver miners, guys. That is insane. And let me add one more. And this is the beauty of TradingView or all these modern trading platforms. You have a lot of information. Stan Weinstein, he had to every week, maybe in his beginning days, open the book, plot the chart. In his book, he even describes how to create charts by hand. And I guess the guys who had more money, they probably had some systems, some early computers. But wow, we have it easy today. We have a lot of information. So right here, same period. Let's do it. Would have entered. So silver miners 146%, silver 30%, and the juniors 249%, guys. Insane. So this is gonna be on my radar. I'm gonna start focusing on that and seeing good entry points on the junior miners. But once this gains steam, this might be the place to go, guys. All right, juniors. That's surprising for me. I didn't think it'd be like that. I always thought that I was looking at the gold miners and knew the gold miners were always underperforming silver. Now I see that it's even compared to the junior miners. So minor. So even here, overperforming the junior miners, gold miners. Underperforming during the downtrend, but right now it's trying to climb back up, and this could actually go back upwards. Nothing much beating the SILJ, guys, for now. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Ciao, guys.